Hey everybody, welcome to the live. It's your girl Pretty B, and I'm here with the live. I've already prepped and primed my face as usual. Okay, so as usual, I'm gonna be using my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I don't want to show it in the screen. Y'all know how TT does. TT don't like that. Hey, Stacy Woo. OMG, I literally put everything right here, so I'm gonna have to scramble. Okay, here we go. All right, I got my MAC Studio Fix Concealer right there. I have my HD Flawless Absolute Setting Powder, the loose powder, and then I have my Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC. I'm just putting it in the screen. Y'all know TT don't like that. When you try to put stuff in the camera, they think you're selling stuff. Hey, boo. The best moisturizer, in my opinion, is going to be Pond's. You can find Pond's at Dollar Tree. And it looks sort of like this. There's one in the blue. I hope you saw that. There's one in blue. That one's red, and this one's for rejuvenation and anti-wrinkling. But there's also one for really dry skin that's really good. Pond's. Pond's is like the best moisturizer in my opinion, and I've tried many. So the blush I'm going to be wearing today is this little pink blush that I absolutely love from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using my makeup palette from my brand that I need to put back on my website. Out of this makeup palette. Thank you for the likes, boo. I'm going to be using this palette for my contour today. This is that's the Julia's Place. That palette is so old, y'all. And then, and all the other bibs and bobs. So let's get started with the makeup, all right? So already got my primer, my moisturizer on, all that jazz. So we're gonna get started. And while I'm doing this, see, I want a colorful palette. I'm thinking, because this is a palette that it was on my website. Like, this was my brand, right? And I also have a neutral one. Hey, y'all. I'm just going to be doing my makeup today. Welcome in. I actually need to get more of these and put them back on my website. They're really tiny. That's what I like about these. They're cute. They're tiny. They can fit in your purse. You know what I mean? If you need to touch up on your eyeshadow or whatever. Let's see. So I'm going to start with my foundation. I know most people may start with their brows when they do their makeup. I've always started with my foundation, because I feel like when you do the foundation first, the brows lay better. Like, whenever you're putting your brow product on, the brows just lay down a lot better when the foundation is already done. That's, at least, it works for me, at least, because I don't have like really thick eyebrows. As you can see, my brows are pretty sparse. So if you have sparse eyebrows, I would suggest that you do your foundation first, so that way your brow hairs can lay down a lot better for you. So I always just kind of put it on like that with the brush. The brush needs to be washed, blah, 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 whatever. But I always end up blending it out with a sponge like this. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. Thank y'all for the likes. Y'all go ahead and get y'all's heart me. Don't forget to get your heart me, y'all. It's the orange heart right above the screen. Let's see. Yes, darling.
You lie?
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Talking to my ENT.
Okay, what happened?
Just taking notes and everything.
Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna blend that out. I like using sponges. It doesn't have to be a particular like brand or anything. As long as the sponge blends everything out and makes everything a lot more seamless, that's all I really care about. Thank you for the likes, honey. Yo, let's try to get to 1,000 likes. I want to have more people in the room so they can see and you guys can, like, engage with each other and stuff while I'm doing this. Don't judge, because I still have my 3 nails on, y'all. I have just not been trying to take them off, honestly. But once I do take them off, I will do a live where I'm putting on a set of right, when I'm putting on a set of press-ons. My nails look absolutely crazy. 3 nails, y'all. That's insane. But we move on. We move on. So I'm using my Studio Fix concealer from MAC, and I'm only using a tad bit of that. Now, this is going to go really fast. I do my makeup relatively quickly, and that's just how it's been, because I don't like to sit out and do my makeup super duper long unless I'm really playing around with it. I typically already know what I'm going to do, and I know how I'm going to style it, you know what I mean? And I've learned how to do certain techniques a lot faster by cutting stuff in half, because I just don't like to take too long, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna blend everything out. Now what you're gonna notice as you continue to watch me is that I don't typically use like setting sprays and stuff. And there's no rhyme or reason. I just don't have any, and I don't typically like care too much, because my makeup does pretty well on its own without the setting spray. It stays on up to my liking, which is really all that matters. Like I always say, I don't really focus too much on precision or perfection when it comes to makeup anymore. I like to put makeup on. I like to feel pretty, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to do your makeup absolutely perfect in order for it to be good makeup. It just has to look good on, you know what I'm saying? So I don't typically use like setting spray. I don't use like, you know, I don't know. I'm a simple gal. Okay, so let me find my powder puff. All right, so I'm going to use my setting powder now for my under eye and everywhere I put my concealer. That's what I'm about to do. Let me lay this down here. So I'm going to grab my little puff. I love these puffs. And I'm just going to lay my powder. I'm going to lock it in like that. Everywhere that I put the concealer is where I'm going to lock that in. Right there. And I'm also going to do this where I apply concealer on my bottom lip and chin, as well as the bridge of my nose and my forehead. So all here. And then over the eyelid, because I put concealer there. And this is going to act as an eyeshadow base. So just like that. Okay. Hey, everybody that's tuning in. Hey. Okay. So that's how that's going to look. My nose ring likes to twist out, so you're going to see it poke out here and there, whatever. All right. So let me close that up. Done with that. Now I'm going to apply my my setting powder, the Mineralized Skin Finish, all over the face with this domed brush. I like it because it just blends out a lot better. I typically use like a flat brush for putting on the powder, but lately I've been using this domed brush, and I actually really like it. So that's what I'm doing. Just putting it all over the face. That's what I'm doing. I feel like the light turned down on my phone. That's weird. Okay. All right. So now I look like a loaf of bread. Okay, I look like a loaf of... Apply my contour, okay? So I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Saharan 2 palette, the darkest shade of brown in it. And I'm going to apply that with an angle brush. And it's going to look like so. Where's my mirror? Hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. And you're just going to follow along with the hollows of your cheeks. We all naturally have this hollowed part of the cheek. Some people have a darker pigmentation here, and some people have even pigmentation, but we all have that hollow right there. All right? And the purpose of contouring is creating shadows so that you can have definition in the face. That's what this technique is about. So I'm creating a more defined cheekbone and facial structure with this. Okay, now I'm also going to apply this powder here on my nose, right? So that I can create a smaller nose. That's why you contour nose. You contour your nose so that your nose can appear smaller. So that's what I am doing. I want to apply that on both sides. And I typically do this with powder because it's just a lot easier for me. Whenever you do a cream contour, it's a lot more time consuming, and I don't want to spend so much time doing my makeup. If I can do it a lot faster, then I'll do that. So that's how I contour my nose, like so. I'm going to put a little bit here just to define my face a little more. Just a little more definition. And that sponge I used earlier, the product that's left over, I'm going to make the highlight on my nose a little more pronounced, right? So you see more of the contour. And then I'm going to take my setting powder and I'm going to finish it off and blend everything so that the lines aren't as harsh. So I'm just going to go over everything like so, like that. Here, because I don't want this to be so harsh. You see how that blends in nicely and then this one's still harsh? It's because it's not blended in all the way. It's just sitting on top. So you take your setting powder and you blend it so that it blends into the skin and not sitting on top. You know what I mean? Thank you for the likes. So that's that, you guys. Okay. So now I look like a defined loaf of bread. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows, okay? So let's continue with the eyebrows. So I'm going to be using my Chanel Quad as usual. I need another one. This one hit pan so bad. This is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, but I use it daily because I love it so much. Okay, so I'm going to use an angle brush and the brow powder for my eyebrows. Okay, so this part is going to go very fast. So if you need help with doing your eyebrows, pay attention, especially if you have eyebrows like this that are very sparse, okay? So I typically use a powder for this. I like to use a pencil every so often, not really. I used to use a gel, I used to use a pomade, but I really like the brow powder. You can use a brown eyeshadow or just a brow powder from like a brow kit. I like to do that. So you want to make sure that you are creating the shape starting at the bottom. So you're going to go from the very bottom and then you are going to go to the highest point like that, and then you are going to go down like so. Okay, same thing for the other side. So let me go to the other side so you guys can see. Okay, now your brows are not going to look exactly the same, but you're going to make them look as close to the same as you possibly can. This brow typically always has a higher arch because that's just how my brows are set naturally. So, okay. So that's the bottom, and then I like to go ahead and outline the top. Now, when I outline the top, I always start at the arch, so I'm going to do that. See that? And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Boom, just like that, okay? Boom. And now I'm going to go back in here to to finish off the outline. And I'm going to do the same thing. Hey, everybody tuning in. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay. So that's basically the whole outline of what my brow looks like before I actually fill it in, okay? So now I'm just going to fill it in. I always start at the end and then I go to the beginning. So I start from the tail because I know the tail is going to be the darkest part of my brow. So start from the tail and then I go up, right? Just fill that right on in. And you're going to do really fast but intentional strokes whenever you are creating those hairs with that product, okay? So that's how that's going to look. Hey, everybody tuning in. Hey there. Welcome in, y'all. I'm just doing my makeup. Again, you're going to start from back here. All right. So the tail is always going to be the darkest. All right. So the darkest part is this. And then the rest of the product that's on the brush, you're going to use it for the beginning of the brow. Okay. And then you're going to take your brush and blend it in, right? To disperse the rest of the product into the rest of the brow. Almost think of it as like you're coloring, right? That's all it is whenever you're doing makeup. You're basically just, you're coloring. Your face is a canvas and you're creating art with your makeup. That's all it is. It's not that complicated. Okay, so I have like a little hole here, like some hairs that just never grow right there in that area. So I always make sure I fill that part in. And I'll go back and like finish off the very bottom and just fill in little spaces that need more product. All right. Boom. So that. Okay, so that's what it looks like before I add the concealer. So now I'm going to take my angle brush and I'm going to apply concealer to clean it up. I don't necessarily need to. I just really like this technique because I've been doing it for a long time. I'm trying to lay this down. There we go. Okay. Hey, everybody tuning in. So I'm going to go right underneath here. I definitely need to shape my brows, girl. All this hair, like I need to definitely get into doing that, but I've just been lazy with doing that lately, honestly. I have not been in the mood to shape my brows, with the razor. I've just not been in the mood to do it. But eventually I will get around to doing that. So I'm just adding concealer to this part. Okay. Same thing here. Now the whole gist of this is to make it more clean and precise looking brow. It was already looking good without the concealer, but I like to use the concealer because I know that I'm going to be doing eyeshadow. Number one, I like to do this technique, whether I'm wearing eyeshadow or not. But number two, whenever you use concealer and then you set your concealer with the like a powder, it works as a base for whatever other thing you're going to do with your, like let's say you want to put a bright brow bone color right here. That concealer that you put is really going to help it stand out. So that's why I like to do it. So I'm going to do that, lay this down and blend this in. I'm going to add a little more here on the other side as well. Okay. Just going to straighten that out just a bit. Okay. And now I'm going to I'm going to blend out my concealer with the same little sponge that I had, okay? Boom. Same thing on this side. And that's how you do brows, my. So now I'm going to take my this flesh tone eyeshadow that's in this contour palette, and I'm going to use that to set the concealer. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. So I'm going to set that. What made you retire from being a makeup artist, if you don't mind me asking? I just got burnt out, honestly, because I had been doing it for so long. And with working for different companies, because I started working back for companies and I wasn't freelancing anymore. It just brought the fun out of everything. I got into the business because it was fun. I was doing makeup at a time where the art was the forefront. It wasn't very much about the money, even though, you know, you make good money doing it. It wasn't about the money. It was about the art and the fun. But when you're collaborating with different companies and brands and all this stuff, it just takes the fun out of it. And it burned me out, and I just lost my passion for it. So that's basically why I stopped. Along with the fact that people just don't like to pay for their, getting services done. Oh, I want to look like Beyonce. I want to look like Kim Kardashian. And they got Popeye's freaking budgets, okay? Like, I ain't. Along with me losing my passion for it, just dealing with the people and not understanding that getting your makeup done is a luxury service. It just turned me off. And this started to happen back in like 2017, 2018-ish. Because I got started in 2013, and it was such a vibe. Like, it was such a, oh man, I really miss those times. I really, really do. It was just so much fun back then. And I don't know. I just, the thrill is gone. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be using my Barbie inspired palette. It's not a Barbie palette. It's just Barbie inspired. That's what I call it. I'm going to be using this pale pink color right here. See that? And I'm going to use that for my crease. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do with my blending brush right here. Let me find my mirror. Okay, so this is going to go very fast. All right, y'all ready? Okay. So I'm going to use this in my crease. Like so. And I like to use intentional strokes when I do this. Like circular motions. Oh, circular motions. Y'all see that? So you're blending it out in a circle, like the letter O. Like so. And you're only going to do the crease with your transition color, not your mobile lid. Your mobile lid is where your eyeball moves. That part right there, you're going to leave space here. So you're only going to do it from where that dip is into the very top before your brow bone, okay? So that dip in your eye is where your crease is. So you're going to put this is going to be the transition color. Your transition color is either going to be brown or it's going to be the lightest color that you're going to use to help you blend all the other colors that you're going to be using for your eyeshadow. And in this case, it's going to be this pale pink. So I'm using this pale pink as a nice transition color. So when I blend everything else, it's going to have a beautiful transition, okay? So that's what that is. For dark skin, how do you make colors pop better? For dark skin, you are going to use an eyeshadow base, typically something that's going to be a lighter color. Or you can even use a concealer on your entire lid to make your eyeshadows pop out. So you can use a white eyeshadow base. There's some with NYX. I don't know if you heard of NYX. They're at, you can find them anywhere. You can find them at your local beauty supply store. You can find them at Target, places like that. Or you're going to use a light colored concealer. So something that's a few shades lighter than your skin tone all over the lid. That way when you put the eyeshadow on, And then what you do as well, if you really want your eyeshadows to pop, especially something with the shimmer, you're going to wet it. So you take like a setting powder spray, or even like rose water or something like that. Apply it to your brush. Then you apply the eyeshadow on the brush, then onto your lid with that concealer. Honey, you are going to have your eyeshadow is going to be popping. Okay, so I'm wearing multicolors today, so I'm going to do a multicolor makeup look. All right, so I am going to go in with this pink right here. Y'all see that? I'm going to start off with this. Let me grab a couple of brushes really quick. So I have this nice shader brush right here. Yes, I use water and pat. Okay, right here. Now, you could be, it depends on what color the shadow is too. Like if you want your darker eyeshadows to pop, use a darker base. So if you want like a dark blue eyeshadow to pop, use a black base. But if you want your golds or white eyeshadows to pop, or anything that's light colored, use a white base or a really light colored concealer, okay? So I am going to put this pink here, right over here. I probably could have used yellow, but I really don't care. Let's see, because I'm probably going to end up putting gold on my tear ducts or something like that. All right, so that's what I'm doing with that. Yeah, you know what that's exactly what I'm gonna do. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do my pink here, and then I'll transition it with other colors as well, okay? All right. Now, don't worry about fallout whenever you're doing your makeup. And you have to, if you do experience a lot of fallout, it could be because the brushes that you're using aren't as dense as they need to be in order to hold the product. Like these brushes that I have that I got from Temu, although they're really cute, they're not as dense as I would like them to be. So when product is applied on them, it falls right out because the brush doesn't hold the product. So make sure you get brushes that have a good amount of density so that you don't experience too much fallout whenever you're doing your makeup, because that's annoying. Let me see. All right, so next I'm going to apply this beautiful green color. A really pretty green color. It's right here at the very, very bottom. I'm going to apply that. Gonna look like that, almost like a neon green. I really like doing stuff like these types of makeup looks, because it just reminds me of back in like 2008, 2007, when all the girls were doing makeup looks like this, you know, just you had every color on your eye, you know. It just gives me a lot of nostalgia when I do my makeup like this, but it's very, very fun. I love this. So you're gonna put your green here. Okay. Yes, indeed. I'm going to put more. There we go. I look all neon and everything. All right. So now I'm going to apply. I'm going to just leave it like that because I'm going to apply my last color, which is going to be a beautiful blue. It's this one right here. Let me grab a... where's my pencil brush? I'm looking for my pencil brush. Where'd it go? It probably fell. Oh, no, it's right here. So a pencil brush has a very concentrated dome shape, and it's for really tight spaces. So you could typically use a brush like this for the outer V part of your eye, which would be here. So that part here and here, that would be your outer V. So I'm going to do that blue in my outer V like this. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing here. You know, it's going to look a little crazy at first, but it won't look like that in the end, okay? All right. So there's that. Now, the funny thing is, when I used to do my makeup back in like 2006, 2007, I would just leave it like this, girl. This is absolutely out of line. If you're going to do your makeup and you want multicolors, you have to blend them out in order for them to flow together and for the look to make sense, because this is nuts. Look at this. So I'm going to take the little pencil brush and just kind of do very tight, intentional strokes to start the blend. And then I'll finish the blend off with other brushes with the color on it, okay? So that's, you're going to kind of take it in. I'm going to do the same thing with this one here. All right. There you go. Now, if you begin to lose the color in the other part of the look, you can always add it back, okay? Like, I'm losing a little bit of the green, but that's okay because I'm going to add the green back, okay? So there you go. So there's that. And I'm going to add that to it. And then I'm going to go back. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Then I'm going to go back and add the green. So where's my shader brush? Okay. I could have added a little purple, and I still might add that purple. I'll see how I feel. So I'm doing that. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna work your way and kind of blend it here, right? You're gonna blend it here, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Okay, and then you're gonna go back with your light colored pink. Oh, we're at 1.6K likes. I realize that. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with the light shade of pink and my shader brush. And I'm just gonna go back and blend that very, very top part, right? There you go. Because I like to blow out the very end of everything. Like whenever I do my looks like this, I like to blow it out just a tad because I know I'm gonna put my, I know I'm gonna do liner. And y'all, a quick tip, liner, like doing your liquid liner or cat eye will always save you. Like if you mess up your eyeshadow, you can always go over it with liner, okay? Liner is the food. I love liner. I live by liner. I love, love, love it. Love it. Okay? Love it. All right, so that's what I'm doing here. I add a little more green, my green tip on. So I want that green to show. I also want to put purple somewhere in here. I think I might incorporate some purple. Not sure yet. Let me see. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to add purple. I'm just going to add mine won't leave me alone about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little purple. And the purple that I'm going to add is right here. So it's going to be this deep purple kind of to match my my headband. So I'm going to add it right in the middle of this. A neon purple liner would be fire. I'm telling you, it really would be. I need to actually, because I used to have stuff like that. I actually need to get back into getting stuff like that again. Because I typically only wear my my black liner. So y'all see how that purple's popping through? Now wait till I put the liner on. Once I put the liner on, it's really gonna flow seamlessly. Let me see. is going to be very, very pretty. I'm actually going to probably put more purple on top of this blue. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Gonna pack it on top of this blue. Yep. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good right there. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. Yep. Now I can take that brush, I'll put it right here, and blend some more with the purple right here. And this is a really fun, like, summertime look. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm really big on having fun. I don't think that makeup should be so mechanical. Like, oh, you can only wear this color lipstick and don't wear colorful eyeshadow. It's not classy. You know, nobody wears that. That's childish. I'll say to hell with all that. I'm going to have fun when it comes to makeup, okay? Because I just feel like makeup is a really great way to express yourself and to express, you know, how you feel and the, you know, the energy that you want to experience. You should be able to be free to express your beauty and your talent and just, you know, all of that goodness just the way you want to. You know? Now, I look like a rainbow clown, but that is okay. With my, I'm going to fix that with my liner, okay? So now I'm going to go, yeah, boom, okay, I got it. So now I'm going to line my waterline, like so. Okay, and I'm going to do my other one. Okay, boom. And I like to add mascara on my bottom lash. I love this mascara because it just sits right at the tip of the spoolie, so I don't have to do too much, you know. So there you go. You put it there. See that? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Boom. So before I add my liner, I'm going to add a little bit of blush using my little dollar store pink blush. I love this blush so much. I'm just going to add a little bit here. Hey, everybody tuning in. I bet people coming in here like, now what in the hell is she doing to her face? She putting all these colors on her face. Like, what is going on? Honey, I'm not one of them clean aesthetic people or those people that just, you only wear neutrals. Like, girl, we have some fun around here, okay? We're going to have some fun with it. Now, I'm about to do my liner. You need something from me? Okay, so this part's going to go fast. All right, so boom, boom, bam. So you always start from the very bottom here, the very end, and then you go in. So, boom. All you're doing whenever you do your liner is you're just connecting the dots. You're just connecting dots. That's it. Connecting lines, connecting dots. And filling in. So you got that done. Now you can fill in here. Like that. Okay, now some people leave it like that. I like to create a triangle Okay, so I'm going to create a triangle and fill it in, okay? Oh, we're at 2,000 likes. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, let me create this triangle. Be quick. Boom. Okay, the other side. Bam. Okay, now you're just going to fill in. All right, let me do the other side. Put more on there. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see. That one looks a bit longer. Hey, plants. Plants are nicer than people. I love that. Hey, honey. Okay, so that's basically the liner. And y'all see how the liner saved the eyeshadow look, okay? Because I was looking like a rainbow clown in here. Okay, went from rainbow clown to absolute goddess. All right? Okay, so last we got my lashes and then my lipstick, y'all. So let's get into that. Let me find my lashes, girl. I put my lashes somewhere. I don't know where my lashes. I set them down because I have these here, but I don't want to use this. I like very Lisa Frank. I love me some Lisa Frank. I was one of those kids who wanted everything Lisa Frank. That was me. I wanted the Lisa Frank notebook, the Lisa Frank pens, oh man, I love it. I love it so much. I think it's so pretty. So I found my lashes. Now I'm gonna put my lash glue on. Now, if you don't know, you can use your lash glue and put it directly on your lash line instead of your lashes because the your body temperature is going to make the glue warm and it's going to create this tackiness that you want to put the lash on, right? Same, it had me the Choco Child. Lisa Frank had us all the had us all out here being a freaking unicorn, girl, just all colorful, but I absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm going to add my lash glue onto my lid. Right onto my lash line, okay? That's one. Let me add some glue to the other one here. That's the other one right here. Okay. Okay. Now this is only going to take a few seconds for the lash glue to start getting tacky so you can put it on, okay? So I'm going to let that dry a bit. And while I'm waiting on this, I'm going to line my lips so that I can prepare for my lipstick. So this is a brand that I always say it whenever I do my makeup on here, that I need to get my inventory so that I can put it back on my website so that you guys can purchase it if you like. But it's a purple lipstick, like a lip stain. Well, a liquid lipstick, that's what it is. So I'm going to use it to line my lips. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Thank you for the heart me. Make sure you guys get your heart me. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna line the lips. Line the lips. Thank you for the roses, babe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I line my lips, and now I'm gonna apply my lashes. Remember, whenever you're doing your lashes, you can tilt your little head to help you get the lash on. So let me move this mirror so that you guys can see me do this. How's your day going? Love that your eyes match your headband. Thank you so much. That's exactly why I put all these crazy colors on to make I'm having a great day actually. I need to get some stuff done because I'm going to be traveling this weekend. So I need to do laundry, pack. I got tons of stuff to do, but other than that, I'm having a pretty good day. So that has to stand for something, right? So let's see. Okay, so that's on. And now I'm going to put my other lash on. All right, here we go. Child, this little part right here be driving me absolutely crazy. Lay down, like, girl, put the lash on. And then I got some. There we go. All right. This is probably the last time I'm going to use these lashes, honey. These lashes is like, I need to get me a new set of lashes. Because I've been using these lashes all week. You know, you can use your lashes, a few times before you, stop using them. And I like to get my little money's worth, honey. So I brought magnetic lashes. They feel so weird. Oh, wow. I've never used magnetic lashes ever. I always just thought that was kind of strange, but people do like them. I like the old school way. Just popping that thing right on with some glue, honey. So the lashes are on. Now I'm going to apply my mascara right underneath it. Okay, so just like that. Really lightly. I use the very tip of it. I don't really use the whole spoolie. Just to kind of blend that in. Y'all know I don't care about it being perfect. You good? Thank you, honey. Thank you. Okay, so last but not least, it's going to be my lipstick. Can we get commotion for the lipstick? So I'm going to be using my Candy Yum Yum, my favorite lipstick. My absolute favorite lipstick in the entire world is this. Candy Yum Yum. Okay. So we'll put that right on. Yep. And they have redone the formula because it was a very drying lipstick back in the day. Like, dry, but you just gonna keep putting it on. You know what I mean? Yes. So that's why I do my darker line so that when you put the lighter lipstick on, it becomes a gradient look. So let me finish it off right here. All right, that's it, you guys. Can we get some commotion for the look? Yes. So that is today's makeup look. It matches perfectly with my headband. Not too much of the shawl, but that's okay. That's all right. Yes, so we are done with the look. We are absolutely done with the look, ladies. That is it. We have finished. We're at 3.4K live. I do not set my makeup. I do not set my makeup, y'all. I don't do the spray. I don't do any of that because when I do the setting powder, I lock it in with a puff. And by me having a combination oily skin, that setting powder that I use is going to lock it in perfectly. So I don't even need the makeup. But I'll sit here and talk with you guys a few more minutes before I go. You will find this hey girl, you will find this this replay on my YouTube. If not today, then you'll definitely find it tomorrow. I have the one from yesterday up. Y'all make sure that y'all follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's in the link in my bio. The link is in my bio. The link is in my talk today. Y'all follow me there. I have My all of my new stuff that I've been doing lately is going to be on that channel. You're going live on the other page today. I might, cause I have a lot to do. Maybe later on today I'll go live there. That's where you came from? Yeah. Yeah, I may go live there, but every day at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, or as often as I can, I'll be on this page doing my full face of and hopefully soon they will approve me for the TikTok affiliate so that I can start advertising makeup and jewelry and all this stuff on this page here. Fingers crossed, because you know how TikTok be doing the most. I love you, TikTok. But y'all follow me on YouTube. It's Pretty Bee Makeup. That's all my tutorials gonna be on there. And if y'all haven't already, go ahead and also subscribe to my Pretty Powerhouse podcast page on YouTube as well, because I'm building that as well. All of my live replays on that from that page is going to be on my YouTube. I love y'all so much. I thank y'all so much for watching today's live, because it'd be so much about, let me see, TikTok on my girls. Listen, TT be tripping. You be trying to prosper on here. You be trying to hit your goals on here, and TT just starting the mess. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for joining the live. I really do enjoy this look today. It's giving me very much Malibu Barbie vibes. And you know we love a good Barbie vibe. Yes, we're going to start saying TT. Because, you just know. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the good vibes today. Thank y'all for watching today. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in another live. All right? Bye. See y'all later.